It seems someone somewhere online has been complaining about anachronisms in fantasy. And I know this because my social media feed is full of people explaining that there is no such thing as anachronisms in fantasy. And I 100% agree with that. Like, objectively, if you have a different world with different history, sometimes even different physics, then yeah, objectively, things are going to develop in different ways and at different times. If you have dragons flying around, then air travel may develop earlier, it may never develop. If you don't have Christianity, there probably will not be churches and crosses everywhere. But there are some things that readers are going to read as anachronisms, whether you want them to or whether it's logical to or not. And sometimes that's on the reader. When you get complaints of like, oh, this was sort of medieval, but they didn't smell bad and they bathed. Yes, I give you permission to roll your eyes at them and just go, yeah, people in the Middle Ages bathed a ton. I hate to tell you this, but they did. But sometimes it's a sign that there's a lack of world building at the beginning. Like, objectively, there's such pressure on authors nowadays to jump right into the action, to start us on page one knowing who these major characters are, what they're trying to do, how they're going to do it, all that, and not give us the world building first, which means that sometimes the world building never happens. Sometimes authors are trying so hard to avoid exposition dumps that we just don't get the exposition at all. And I have myself had that experience of picking up a fantasy book, and because there's no signs to the contrary, assuming that it's set in the same sort of pseudo-medieval, Ren Fairish vibes kind of European setting, until I'm like halfway through and there's randomly a train, and I'm like, oh, there's steam technology? I wish I knew that before, because it completely changes how I see the world. And so, yeah, I encourage you a lot as an author, even though a lot of people are going to tell you to the contrary. If you're a speculative author, you need to find a way to get world building into the first few pages. You just do. It doesn't need to be an exposition dump. It can be a character just walking by a telegraph wire to telegraph to us that there will be telegraphy in your book. Or it could be just, the characters looking up and seeing a spaceship go by to tell us that, yeah, this is a world that's gotten to the point of space travel. Just give us that world building in the beginning so we know where we are and things don't feel anachronistic. And this goes like double for if you are heavily messing with what we consider normal timelines. Like, if there's going to be people with, top hats and 18th century fob watches also carrying lasers, I need to see that on page one.